may already be seeing green. Others
Where?
may not even realize it yet. But St. Patrick's Day is less than a week away, and Denver's annual parade is actually happening tomorrow.
I was so surprised. Tomorrow, what? Here to get us in the mood and get our Irish eyes a-smiling is Mara McGuinn, our registered dietitian for King Soopers, and a woman of Irish heritage.
I'm thinking so with the last name McGuinn.
Yes,
Green McGuinn.
It's
Okay.
my favorite. It's my favorite holiday. It reminds me of growing up, which is why I brought all of this fun, nostalgic Irish-American
Yes,
food to share with you all.
Okay, so you said it's not the healthiest, but it's healthier.
Right, and
than
what
the
so
alternative.
I've healthified all of my. Is that a word?
I like it.
Let's
I love
use
people
it.
who make up their own words.
all of these different dishes. So you want to get started with the Irish soda bread?
Okay.
Okay, so that's what this is. You can see it's a huge loaf of quick bread, right? It's enormous.
You just had to
good
bring
and
my
crumbly.
my biggest when I see
Weakness,
bread,
you
I'm
say?
like, yeah,
Start
biggest
to
weakness.
drool. I know. So the fun thing with this one
Oh,
is
it's still warm. Yummy.
Yeah, I know. I heated it up a little and then a little bit of butter and sometimes, you know, a little bit of jam. But with this one, with this Irish soda bread, what really reminds me of growing up is the raisins and the caraway seeds. Can you taste the, you know, caraway is used often in rye bread and sometimes
really
sausages,
good.
things like that. But yeah, this one's kind of fun.
And then the raisins make it nice and sweet.
Yeah,
It's lovely.
exactly.
Love it.
And what I've done is used whole white wheat flour. Have you ever
that?
seen this?
No.
So it's kind of fun. It's a whole grain, so it contains the bran, the germ, and the endosperm, which is really what we're looking for because that's going to bump up our fiber intake.
Yeah.
Unlike an enriched flour. So this is made with a combination of the two. So that's how we're healthifying the soda bread today.
All right. That's a good tip.
I've also
Who knew
made
there
it
was
into
white whole wheat?
Exactly. I know it's just a white wheat. It's not your red wheat. It's a white wheat.
Yeah, and I did taste your other little mini muffins.
The little mini muffins, yeah, because this is a nice little portion, right? When I make a whole big loaf of bread, I might be tempted to eat the whole big slice, which you know, like it's okay, but this is a nice little portion controlled size.
A little single serving
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
All right, so the one that I know of most, you know, is the corned beef and cabbage.
cabbage, exactly.
This is so pretty.
Yeah, and so
Oh, and these are warm too.
She warmed them up for us,
I know.
Mom.
I wanted you to eat warm corned beef. I thought that cold
Gorgeous that
beef and
is.
cabbage might not be so good. But so
more
what the
tasting.
thing with the corned beef is, it's cured with salt, and so it's really high in sodium. Some of the cuts can have as high as 1,400 grams of milligrams of sodium for a 4-ounce
Yes.
portion.
I'm
gonna try to
listening.
cut a
I'm
little
listening as I'm eating.
Yeah.
I'm listening.
I know you might. Yeah, I know. With this one, so we have. I actually found there's 2 different things we can do to healthify it. You can blanch the meat before you cook it in your slow cooker, or this version here that I found at the store has 60% less sodium used just in
Oh,
curing
so
it.
that's the key, just finding the low sodium one.
Yep,
then
and
you'll
so
be fine.
rather than 1,500 milligrams per serving, it's going to have closer to 450 milligrams, which is a lot better. And
I
then-
like it, girl.
Do you like it?
And the cabbage is definitely healthy,
And
right?
the cabbage, yeah, the cabbage is great. So it's a Savoy cabbage. It actually has something in it called sinigrin. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Kind of wacky. Yeah, it's been shown to help protect us against certain types of cancers, prostate, colon cancers, which is,
Wow.
it can be a.
Awesome.
I'm going to shovel that in
Shove
then,
it in.
girl.
And the fun thing
Okay.
with the cabbage is rather than boiling it and getting it all squishy and kind of gross, I sauteed it on the stove top.
I see one more little dish over here.
One
I
more
think we have
little
time
dish,
for
yeah.
this one.
So this
What
is
is that?
colcannon. Basically, it's a vegified mashed
you are
potato.
on a
I know,
roll.
aren't
You
I?
really
Yeah, I know.
are.
So clever.
Healthified and vegified.
So what is
So
in
this
it?
is basically mashed potatoes. However, I added some green onions and almost a whole head of kale. And then
You
it gets
snuck that kale in
I
there
snuck
on
the
us,
kale
didn't
in,
you?
and I didn't use heavy cream and butter. Can you taste any herbs in there?
Yeah,
I
I
used
can.
some thyme and some
Yes.
garlic.
Yes.
I let it simmer in the milk, and it just imparts a really nice, rich flavor without all those added calories.
It is really rich.
it's really
It's
good.
really delicious.
Well,
Thank you. So
good.
she
Yeah.
healthified
You're
your
invited.
celebration.
You're invited to my house for St.
got the
Patrick's
luck of the Irish here
Well, I
with
have a
Mara.
whole other corned beef, so
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
when do
All
I
right,
come?
6
Cold
o'clock
canned
tomorrow night.
potatoes, too.
So your health matters to King Soopers and their registered dietitians. You can always find helpful tips and recipes at the dietitian kiosk found in every store. And if you have questions or comments about this segment, you can reach the registered dietitians at dietitians@kingsoopers.com. Thanks, girlie.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Coming up.